learning to stand alone. The comfortable cage. Rohan had spent his entire life leaning on others. As the only son in a well-off family, he never had to struggle. His father owned a successful business, his mother took care of everything at home, and his friends always helped him out whenever he was in trouble. He wasn't lazy, just too comfortable. After college, instead of looking for a job or chasing his dreams, he joined his father's company. His work was simple: attend meetings, sign papers, and follow whatever his father instructed. He never had to make a real decision, and honestly, he didn't mind. But deep inside, something felt missing. One evening, as Rohan was leaving the office, his father called him into his cabin. The older man looked tired but serious.
"Rohan, have you ever thought about what will happen when I'm gone?"
Rohan laughed nervously.
"Dad, don't say things like that. You'll be around for a long time."
His father shook his head.
"That's not the point. You depend too much on me, on others. What will you do when no one is there to help you?"
Rohan frowned but didn't respond. He had never thought about it that way. The wake-up call. A month later, disaster struck. His father fell seriously ill and had to be hospitalized. Suddenly, Rohan was left in charge of the company. Employees turned to him for decisions, clients called for answers, and financial problems piled up. He panicked. For the first time in his life, there was no one to tell him what to do. He struggled through meetings, made mistakes, and lost important deals. Some employees resigned, blaming his lack of leadership. One evening, he sat alone in his father's office, staring at the empty chair. The company was falling apart, and it was his fault. His father had built everything from scratch, and now, because of his dependence, it was slipping away. He felt like a failure, learning to stand alone. But then, he remembered his father's words.
"What will you do when no one is there to help you?"
Rohan took a deep breath. "I have to fix this." The next morning, instead of feeling sorry for himself, he took action. He studied the company's financial records, researched the market, and sought advice, not to depend on others, but to learn. He worked harder than ever, staying late at the office, analyzing problems, and making tough decisions. At first, things didn't improve immediately. But slowly, his efforts started showing results. Clients returned, employees regained confidence, and the company stabilized. For the first time, he felt in control, not just of the business, but of his own life. The true lesson. Months later, his father was discharged from the hospital. When he visited the office, he was shocked to see the progress. The company was thriving, and Rohan was no longer the dependent son who needed constant guidance. His father smiled.
"I knew you had it in you."
Rohan finally understood. Dependence had kept him safe, but it had also kept him weak. Only when he was forced to stand alone did he realize his true potential. From that day on, he never relied on others to shape his life. He made his own path, his own decisions. And for the first time, he felt truly free.
Moral of the story: stop depending on others for your success, happiness, and future. Life is unpredictable, and people may not always be there to support you. True strength comes from standing on your own, making your own choices, and overcoming your own struggles. Because the moment you stop relying on others is the moment you truly start living. Like and subscribe for more videos.